Maui, Hawaii is one of the most iconic islands in the world. Known for its incredible sunsets and pristine beaches, these sun-kissed shores are home to a variety of species that together make the island a true paradise. This winter, I came here in search of tiger sharks. But first, it was another species that took my breath away. Every winter, humpback whales visit the waters around the island, and they create some of the most breathtaking scenes you could ever witness. Although I was here for the sharks, I couldn't help but take in these scenes. Humpback whales migrate over 3,000 miles from the cold, food-rich waters of Alaska to find a mate, to give birth, and to shelter in the warm waters off of Maui. The beauty of a young humpback whale frolicking near its mother is a sight everyone needs to see. It is easy to conclude that these young whales are full of joy. And the sight of these giants breaching into the sky, well, there's no words to describe that. Male humpbacks are among the most active species in the animal kingdom. They arrive to compete for mates, often displaying impressive behaviors like breaches, tail slaps, and singing complex songs, all in the name of impressing a mate. While it's easy to get distracted by these creatures, I kept reminding myself, I am here for tiger sharks. When searching for tiger sharks, there's a simple strategy. Find the turtles, and you'll eventually find the tigers. Turtles seem to be everywhere here, often right next to people who have no idea they are next to one. Snorkeling is among the most popular activities along the coast of Maui, and it is, of course, the turtles that are the big draw. However, the tiger shark can usually be counted on to be nearby. This one was right in the surf break. Just a few meters from shore, the shark could be seen by beachgoers. It is on a mission. This one is hunting turtles, and it has just found one. The tiger shark makes a move. As the shark attempts to grab it, the turtle shifts its position and uses its shell to protect itself, a technique each turtle must perfect. The shark momentarily grabs the turtle, but it gets away. However, watch the whole sequence closely, and something happened here that may have played a role. There's a third party, and it may have just saved the turtle. This fish seems to be chasing the tiger shark, and it may have chased the shark away from the turtle. It's something I've actually witnessed before in Brazil, but never here. The shark is visibly annoyed. This tiger shark finally says, "Enough is enough," and turns the tables. Eventually, the fish and the shark go their separate ways. But I couldn't help but wonder if the fish played a role in the shark abandoning the predation attempt. But this wasn't the only shark I'd see today. This tiger shark was a little bigger, and this one too was cruising very near shore. Being this close to shore, and with so many folks normally in the water, a scene like this involving tiger sharks did raise some alarm for me. After all, I just witnessed the shark try to attack a turtle. So as I continued to observe, I shared the news with every beachgoer and snorkeler I saw. This shark at one point was only 20 meters from where I stood. I've seen plenty of great white sharks near shore in California, but never a tiger shark this close to shore anywhere else in the US. This tiger shark was cruising with some speed, perhaps conserving some energy by using the waves near shore. I could at one point see its whole body as I stood there. Great white sharks do this often, but there's a totally different vibe observing tiger sharks. Tiger sharks just have a different personality. As it continued north, I could see one surfer in the distance. The shark, still in the very shallow waves, seemed to be cruising toward the surfer. The surfer at this point was about 1.5 miles away. However, just like countless times in California, the drone battery became an issue. I hate having to leave this incredible sight, but I had no choice. So I had to return home for the quick swap. This was the last shot before I had to return. I knew that the shark's path would soon intersect with a surfer. With a fresh battery, I began another search for the shark. At full throttle and at 48 miles per hour, I flew to the location knowing full well it would likely yield a shark encounter. As I approached, several sea turtles were visible with no shark in sight. At least, not yet. It was clear the shark was moving fast as well. And finally, over 1 mile away, I spot the dark shadow of a tiger shark. The scenario soon became clear. This was not a regular surfer. It was an E-foil boarder, and the shark was right next to him. The surfer circled back to the shark. The shark, much like the countless times I've observed great white sharks in California, didn't seem too bothered. The surfer, likely feeling the rush of seeing such a magnificent animal so close, became more curious than the shark itself. It's at this point that I believe the surfer notices my drone. He then comes back and acknowledges it. Watch closely here, and you'll see the surfer points at the drone, points at the shark, and then gives me the universal sign for a shark by placing an open hand over his head to signal a dorsal fin. It isn't until this moment that the shark reacts noticeably. It is very possible that the shark either sensed the electrical board or became aware of the contrast and shadow of the surfer nearby. The change in direction is pretty clear. The tiger shark continues on this course but seems to have slowed down a bit. If the shark changed course because of the surfer, it could mean they prefer a quieter beach, or much like the white sharks, simply prefer to avoid the humans. Eventually, it reaches the deeper blue water. It is there that I lose the shark, and so I spend the next few minutes trying to reacquire the shark to no avail. It was gone to the depths below. As I scanned nearby, I wasn't surprised by what I saw. Less than 1/4 mile away, a group of snorkelers explored the very water that the shark had just passed through. And the reef nearby? Well, the first shark from the day returned. It too was on the same path, coming just a stone's throw away from the beach. What became clear in my short time here is that these sharks are likely passing through here often. On this day, I noticed 2 sharks taking an almost identical path along this strand of beach. and one of them was definitely hunting. It made me wonder, does this happen daily? Is this a primary feeding ground? Is it a nursery? One thing's certain though, I'm definitely going to have to come back.